Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Divine Healing group session. This is going to be a session healing the fear of change. I am Lauren Joy Rose. I am a divine healer and a soul contract practitioner. I love offering these sessions for you all so everyone can get a taste of divine healing. It's something that, even as a practitioner, I find I don't know how to put the experience into words. It's just best to have that experience for yourself. It's very experiential. So what is divine healing? It is an energy healing modality. It is based off of the principle of ask and you shall receive. So what we do as we move through this work is we identify blocks, limiting beliefs, just whatever it is that's coming up. And it's very spirit guided in terms of where we go in a session. And then as we discover these blocks, we just ask for our higher selves, our healing teams to remove them. And it's really as simple as that. And it's a really, really wonderful modality. And I love, especially like with sessions like this, how we're able to just remove these layers, right? Because our programs, they exist in layers like of an onion. So we peel back layers to get to the core programming. So in today's session, we're going to have a few layers that we peel back and we work towards removing that fear of change, which is a very common fear that I do see amongst clients, both in divine healing sessions as well as for soul contract readings that I do. Anybody who has a 6 in their soul contract chart, this is a very, very common fear. So it's kind of fitting that today is August 6th on the day of this recording. It is a 6 energy day, which I'm not going to lie, I did do that intentionally to really gather and help remove that fear with that associated energy of the 6. So just some things for anybody where they are new to divine healing, some things to be mindful of, to think about. If you're having any feelings of being hot or being cold, that hot is, or I should start with the cold, that is going to be trauma. That's going to be some of these programs that are held in the body that being released. Then there's that cold sensation, and the hot is any energy that was being used to hold that in place, then being released and it's available to you for you to use again. I forgot to mention at the beginning, I do recommend laying down. So if you're able to lay down on the couch, in bed, even on the floor, or at the very least in some reclined position. So if you are sitting up in a chair, just even like leaning back, this is going to put you into more of the feminine space, which is going to help you to better receive the healing. One of the goals that we do during this work is we're wanting to really get in touch with our feeling space, be very present in our bodies. So the other thing we do to help with that is we actually breathe through the mouth. This helps us to bypass the mind and become even more centered and present in the body. So back to what you might feel or experience during the sessions, obviously just feeling energy move, feeling tingling sensations. It's also very common to feel nauseous, to feel suddenly very tired. There may be that you are burping, coughing, sneezing, hiccuping. These kind of common physical releases, I feel like, are that representation of the energy release that's happening at that time. So these are, again, all some common symptoms, as well as with that hot and cold that I mentioned already. So let's dive in. I already went ahead. I did the opening for us all. So we're able to really just dive into the session. We're going to get started. I invite you to take 3 deep breaths in through the mouth. Again, if you're sitting in a chair, just leaning back on that axis. And a big breath in through the mouth. And out. And in through the mouth. And out, just feeling yourself deepen and fall into your body, connecting deeply into your heart space and into your physical body. And a third breath, in and out. So for starting our session today, I'm going to take us to our hydration, dehydration, water problem chart. This is a really good place to balance before we get into some of the deeper work. Our bodies are made up so much of water. It's really good just to do some adjustments there. So you'll notice as I go through, we do have these command codes as part of the divine healing. I won't be saying them out loud. I'm just going to be saying them internally, but I'll just be asking you to notice the shifts that you feel in your energy, even though I'm not saying these out loud. So I'm just going to start by doing balancing that hydration for all of us. Just continue to take those breaths in and out through the mouth, continuing to stay back on that axis and just connecting in and feeling the energy in your body. I know from this chart, people often say that they feel like they've just had a glass of cold water, that they just feel like a cool breeze went over them. So notice if that shows up for you. It may, of course, show up differently. Thank you. The hydration is balanced. Just take a moment to check in and see if you notice already any shifts in your energy. Are you starting to feel calmer, more grounded, a more equal flow of your energy? Now we're going to start to get into some of our deeper energy clearings here. Starting us off with our main low frequency program. So if you did already see the video or attend the session for the fear of being seen, it's going to have a pretty similar format in what we're doing here. Just going to be some differences in terms of what's coming up. So for those who didn't see that already, the main low frequency programs, these are programs that hold us at a low frequency. They are low frequency, and so they can keep us at a lower vibration. So I have 6 different programs that have come up. Even if you relate to more than one of these for the session, I just want you to pick one. It's quite likely you will relate with more than one. Just let your intuition guide you on which is the proper program for you to work on right now. And then I do encourage you to come back to this recording multiple times. If you want to work through all 6 of them, go ahead and watch it 6 times. Even for some of the later sections that we come to that are kind of the same, there's still going to be an extra layer that you're going to peel back every time. So highly recommend coming back, watching this multiple times, because again, for today, just to pick one out of these 6 programs that you would like to work with. So what I had come up for today, we have the program of suffering, control, grief, insecurity, abandonment, and anxiety. And I'll read those a couple more times. We have suffering, control, grief, insecurity, abandonment, and anxiety. So again, just picking one that you want to work with, you can come back and do this multiple times, working on each in turn. So the choices again are suffering, control, grief, insecurity, abandonment, and anxiety. So whichever program you've chosen to work on today, I want you to just take a moment and either out loud or in your head, think about how this program operates in your life. Without going into a long story, just take a minute or two just to, again, in your head or out loud, think about how this program operates in your life. And just continue again, taking those breaths in to be leaning back on your axis, connecting deeply into your body at this time. Again, just taking a moment to think about how does the program of suffering, control, grief, insecurity, abandonment, or anxiety show up in your life? And I want you to really feel into this program, noticing any emotions, any feelings that are connected to it. Taking 3 breaths in, really feeling this program, feeling any feelings that are coming up to be felt, any emotions. Noticing where those sit in your body. Now, when it comes to those feelings and emotions, you may really be feeling them right now. It may just come to you like a word in your mind. That's okay. Again, continue to take those breaths in, connecting deeply to all the feelings and emotions associated with this program. Feeling where they sit in your body. Now, for all of these programs, they have an original time of when they were established. Sometimes that's in this current life, in our childhood. Sometimes that's this current life, but in the future. Sometimes it's a past life, future life, alternate dimensions or universes. Could even be from an ancestral, like a DNA inheritance. Sometimes it's from the dream state, even, or the time between lives. So, all of these programs, again, they're going to have their original time when they're established. It's going to be different for everyone. What we're going to be doing now, I'm going to be doing is clearing that original time for you, for when this original program, the original time when this program was established. So, I'll just be saying this quietly, just taking those big, deep breaths in through the mouth, just feeling as the energy begins to shift as this program, the original time, is released. The original time has been cleared. Just taking a breath and feeling the shift of that energy. Just notice any differences that you're feeling now. Anywhere that you might be feeling the energy that you weren't before. Any tension you may have been holding that has been started to lessen, to become released. And I want you really feeling in to all aspects of this program, feeling as deeply as you can any of those emotions, any of the feelings that are coming up to be felt. So often, these are things that we have been pushing aside, trying to avoid, maybe for years, maybe our entire lives. We've been trying not to feel this. Our ego is holding on so tightly, right? The ego does not like change. It's exactly what we're dealing with today. So continuing to take those breaths, opening up to all of that feeling, inviting it to come up, to be felt, to be processed, and to be released. Notice any attachment that there may be. The ego probably has an attachment to these programs. Just recognizing, allowing, and releasing that. Any judgment you may find you hold for holding on to this program. Again, recognizing and releasing that. The more that you can open to these feelings, to these emotions, the more you will be able to integrate and heal. So just continuing to take those big breaths in through the mouth, connecting so deeply and fully to your body at this time. With every exhale, releasing any resistance to letting this go. And I'll be calling on Saint Germain to pour a purple flame through your aura, through your body. So just notice if you happen to feel Saint Germain come in, if you see the color purple, if you feel that heat. And again, I'll be saying this part quietly, just continue to take those breaths. Saint Germain is pouring the purple flame now. Thank you. And feel that shift as that low frequency program has been released. What does your energy feel like now? What are you feeling in your body? Have you felt tension release? Are you feeling hot? Where are you feeling the energy move? Go ahead and continue to take some nice, big, deep breaths in. Now, after we have a clearing, it's very helpful for us to integrate. So I'm going to be bringing us to the nutritional chart that I have, and we're going to encode some nutritional elements that are going to aid in the integration of that healing, of releasing that program. So I'm just going to be asking that whatever you are most needing, that is encoded for you now. Thank you. Noticing again any shifts now that nutritional element has been downloaded and encoded into your system. Feeling the shifts in your energy. Just continuing to take those nice, big, deep breaths in through the mouth. Remembering to be leaning back on your axis if you are sitting up. The next layer that we're going to peel back today is any past lives that are associated with the fear of change. I will be saying the clearing for us, saying the command code. So continuing to take those breaths and noticing any shifts and changes in your energy as these past lives are released. Thank you. And embrace the shift. Feeling again into your body, feeling that release and clear. So to help us integrate that, I'm going to be doing a color infusion. I love this chart. Again, just going to be asking that you do receive the color that you need. See if any color comes to your mind now, whether as a word, whether you see that visually. Some of the colors that I had come up that may be necessary for you are pink, royal blue, sapphire, indigo, green, clear, and magenta. Notice if any of those come through to you, or if it's another color, that's okay. Just continuing to take those breaths in as I say the command code for us to help integrate that past life clearing with an infusion of color frequencies. We're now going to be asking that this is sent to our ancestral and genetic lineage, to our progeny, future progeny. Thank you. That's something that's so wonderful about divine healing. The healing is received up and down your line genetically and ancestrally, which is really beautiful for those especially who do love to do ancestral work. Sometimes somewhere we go in a session, it's not even that you need it. An ancestor you're working with needs it. Although typically if the ancestor needs it, you need it as well. Okay, just continuing to take those breaths in, feel the colors that have come through to you. It might have been more than one. And how it works with that chart as well is that it's for we set it to go off in sequences. So you receive it now, and then it's kind of programming that however many times is necessary, it will continue to infuse. So that could be 3 more times today. It could be 6 times over the next few weeks or months, however many. So that's something I love about that chart. So just continue taking your breaths, feeling into your energy. Notice how your energy feels after receiving those colors. Is your energy calm? Are you tingly? Do you feel weightless? Do you feel grounded? Do you feel the tension release? And now we've come to healing our fear of change. We want you to feel into this fear. How does it affect you? How does the fear of change affect your life? I want you to continue to breathe in and breathe out, opening and allowing yourself to feel all of the emotions and feelings associated with this fear. Allowing yourself to really feel this fear. Our ego doesn't like to feel these emotions. Taking those breaths in, releasing any resistance to these emotions and feelings coming up and being felt at this time. Knowing that as you take these breaths and you create the space and you allow for these emotions to come up and to be felt, that you are allowing for a deeper integration and healing. And just like with our main low frequency program, there's going to be an original time when this fear was established. So I'll be saying that, doing the clearing for that original time now. Just continue to take those breaths. Thank you. And that original time has been cleared. Just taking breaths in and out, feeling that shift in your body. Feeling as this fear begins to be released, continuing to open to all aspects. And now I'll begin to do the clearing now. Thank you. This fear has been cleared, at least one layer of it. Just feel that shift in your energy. What are you feeling now in your body? And now to help us integrate, I have a creative healing symbol. It's a sacred geometry symbol that has different points on it. So I'm going to put my finger on a point. Just feel the energy come through to you now. Be present with the energy as it moves through your body. If you're needing to cry, release those tears. Just continuing to take those nice, big, deep breaths in and out through the mouth. Ah, moving to a new energy point. Feel how the energy shifts and changes. Beautiful. So it's just a little last minute. I'm going to call in the angels for change. So just continue taking those breaths, just open to receiving transmission from the angels for change, as they'll help you to take steps forward and embrace change in your life, knowing that you always have the support of these and all your other angels. Now that brings our session today to a close. I'll be doing the closing afterwards for us all, just to close and further integrate that session. I do encourage you, because your team, your higher self, your healing team, they'll continue to do work on you. So if you're able to continue just laying down, spending a few more minutes, just receiving all of the energy from them, let them finish doing their work. If you're interested in having a private session with me, you can find me at empowerhealing.co for either a 1 or 2 hour divine healing session. You can find the link in the description below. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel for any future healings like this that get posted. You can also find information about events where I do host these sessions on my website, again, empowerhealing.co. I would love to hear from you, what you thought, what you experienced, any visions you may have had, just any sensations, anything you'd like to share. Please put it in the comments. I love to read it, and it helps to show people as well what you're able to experience. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to work with you again soon.